What's up, America? What's up, everybody? It's a cold, wet, damp Thursday here in Southern California. The big storm is on its way. I'm bracing myself for this rain. It's been wet here lately. Thanks for checking in with me, the sports judge, this morning, this afternoon now. I never get tired of this GOAT conversation. It's never a dull moment. There is a discussion to be had that Steph Curry should be in GOAT conversation. Thanks a lot, Shaq. Thanks a lot, man. See what you've started by raising the question, because he brought it up the other day during the post-game show on TNT. It's an interesting topic of discussion, no doubt. It gives us something to talk about and just creates more drama. We've never seen a guy like him. We never seen a guy like Steph Curry. Never. Never in the game history. Steph Curry is the all-time leader in three-pointers made by a wide margin. It's not even close, folks. Steph Curry is the greatest deep shooter I've ever seen, and has revolutionized the game from the three-point line. All that should qualify him for the all-time top 10. Just look at the man's resume. Look at his resume. A four-time NBA champion, a two-time NBA most valuable player, an NBA Finals MVP, an NBA All-Star MVP, and was named the inaugural NBA Western Conference Finals MVP. That should tell you everything you need to know. And when you start having these GOAT discussions, the manner in which you're beating teams greatly matters, right? To me it does. To me it does. You're often measured by victories, the number of championships won, not per se by what you've achieved individually. It's getting windy out here right now. But anyway, when you have these conversations, and when we're always having these conversations, I don't usually define an athlete by whether he has the MVP on his resume, the NBA all teams, the league MVPs. I care about how many championships that player has won. I think he cracked the top 10 all-time greatest. I'll give him that. A lot of times this GOAT conversation happens, and people have different opinions. It's cool if you don't have him on your GOAT list. That's fine. But for those who believe the 4 championships is what makes LeBron the GOAT, then logic dictates you have to have Steph on your list. I think that only makes sense, right? I think that's only fair to have him on your list if you're going to have LeBron James on yours. The fact that others may say he's not considered the GOAT doesn't diminish Steph's greatness. Not at all. There are 3 or 4 players in the GOAT conversation. And this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You can put Bill Russell in that conversation because of obviously the championships and everything. I can't respect that. He wouldn't be in mine. Okay? Bill Russell is not on my list. I would have the likes of Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant is on that list as well. Steph is one of my favorite players to watch. I love Steph Curry. I think he's one of the best point guards to ever play. But when you're talking about the GOAT conversation, I think you're complete in many aspects of the game. You're this most complete player, right? To be classified as a GOAT. If you say he's the best point guard over Magic Johnson, you can say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm still taking Magic at the end of the day. I think we should be having a conversation about him being a top 10 great player. I think we can say that about Steph Curry. He has built one of the greatest resumes in professional basketball. This man is different. You always hear me say that about him. He's different. Sometimes I think he's from Mars, somebody from a totally different planet. Because my goodness, and I mean, look at how he plays. Look at how he plays, man. Shooting a ball like that, you have to think sometimes he's from a different planet. It's absolutely incredible to watch. And we all have witnessed, those of us who watch this game, a pure marksman who will punish you from beyond the arc. It's terrifying having to defend that guy. Nobody can cook up a three better than Chef Curry. Compliments to the chef. I mean, that was an insanely spectacular game on Tuesday night. He put on a show for all to see, scored 7 of the Warriors' final 11 points in a thrilling overtime, and drained the dagger for a 132-126 win over the Boston Celtics. That's some legendary stuff. That's some GOAT level stuff. But I'm sorry, he's not the GOAT. And I mean that respectfully. He's not the greatest of all time. I say that respectfully. When I think of the greatest all time, I think of Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Larry Bird, period. I think he's worthy of consideration. I think he's definitely worthy of consideration. Not as a defender. He's the greatest shooter this game has ever seen. Now, that still doesn't make him better than Magic Johnson, who is easily the best point guard of all time, in my opinion. Steph is very close in terms of impact from the point guard position. We can have that debate about Steph or Magic. Both have strong cases. I mean, I think it all depends on how a person views it, how they look at it, how they perceive it. I still think Steph is fairly above average as a defender. When I look at Magic, Kobe, and MJ, they were on a different level defensively than Steph Curry. I think that's allowed us to have this conversation because of the way Steph Curry plays on the offensive side of the ball. What makes Curry unique in his own way is his ability to move without the basketball. You can say he has reinvented the shot. I'm looking at someone who transcended the game, changed the way the game is played. There is a lot to discuss, a lot to celebrate, a lot to appreciate about a player who dazzles us with his shooting abilities. You know, the purest shooter this game has to offer. And that there is nobody in the world who can shoot better than him is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. When you can pull up from 40 and 50 feet, shoot from anywhere, you're the best shooter on the planet. And that's saying something. So yes, I will say that he's definitely in the top 10 among the all-time greats. He's not in the top 5. I think there's 5 players better than him. You heard me name them moments ago in this video. But I do respect the hell out of Steph Curry's game. I think what we've seen from this man is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, if you're the opposing team defending that has to be frightening, terrifying, right? You know, and you look at what this man has accomplished in his career. You know, you're almost certain that he's going to make the shot every time he touches the basketball. I mean, and sometimes he's doing superhuman things out there. You know, and yes, you can make the argument that he could be a bit one-dimensional because he does jack up a lot of shots from the outside. But that's his game. That's his style of play. And so many people want to emulate that. They want to imitate his style of play, you know. But he's his own gifted player. And Steph is different from all the rest. And I think his ability to lunge up 3-point shots is what separates him from all the rest. I think that's why he's in the elite category, because of his ability to knock down the shot. He makes it look so easy shooting a damn three. I mean, I've never seen it. He surpassed guys like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and we all know how pure of shooters they were. I mean, they were amazing. They were ridiculous. And Steph Curry's the same way. But Steph Curry has surpassed them with his ability to knock down the three. He buries those jump shots, So, yes, I think you can. I think it's fair that you can argue that he is in the top 10. But, hey, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, those guys are GOATs. Those guys are undisputed GOATs. Steph Curry, he can get there one day. His career is still not over. He's still balling in the league. He still has time to add to his resume and build his legend. Only time will tell. But I definitely will say that he's in the top 10. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. You guys have a great day. And if you're in Southern California, stay dry wherever you are. And stay warm because it's chilly out here. I'm about to go back inside. You guys take care. And we'll talk very soon. Before I get out of here, I want to remind those of you who haven't already to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much. Come back again for more content. Take care, everyone.